Okay, and you don't say you need to raise your price. As you start selling more, you say, well, wow, my profit margin is soaring and I've actually reduced my price. Okay, that's what we're talking about here. That's what we're talking about. As the security level of everybody grows, all the rich people see their currency is going up in worth. They say, wow, I'm even richer now. Instead of me being worth 10 billion, I'm worth 20 billion. And the next year I'm worth 100 billion. It doesn't matter. Nobody cares anymore. Yes, you can have anything you want. Yes, you can have that big, beautiful private yacht. Yes, you can have that beautiful house overlooking the ocean. Yes, anything you want, anytime. Google it. Live anywhere you want on the earth. Vacant houses everywhere. Okay, wherever you want to live. Live there as long as you want. That's it. End of story. Free. The captives need to be set free, and it needs to be done through understanding sound economic policy and the reasons why they're not tolerating it. Okay, because if society did start falling apart like the Roman Empire or something, because we just got too decadent and lazy, okay, then you say, okay, well, it's maybe time to tighten the ropes. We need to coalesce. All the concerned citizens say, well, these people are just losing it, and nobody's working anymore because everybody's rich basically, and they're not willing to work anymore. Well, then we address it at that time, but that's not the situation we're seeing. We're seeing the opposite situation here. Okay, your currency keeps going down in worth. Okay, and when I see that we've turned that corner, and I see for an extended period of time our currency go up in worth, then I'll say there's hope. Then I'll say, well, maybe Jesus has already returned or something, because in my mind that's practically what it's going to take at this point. I just don't see enough people that understand the issue, and I don't understand enough people in those high places of government that are willing to step out and demand justice. Okay, that's what we're talking about here. Justice for who? Justice for we the people. Okay, that's all I'm saying. I'm saying not some of the people, but all the people. That's what a republic stands for. Not some of the people, like in a democracy where the mob, the majority gets its way, but all the people. Okay? Here in California, the majority of people, a critical mass now, are renting. That's it. So it's never in their interest to see housing prices go up, but it's still happening. It's still happening. Understand how warped this whole idea of supply and demand has become. Understand this, that you could double, triple, no, quadruple the amount of housing, vacant housing in your state, in your county, in your city, and your rent could still go up. That's crony capitalism. That's market manipulation. That's price fixing. That's collusion. That's what's going on here of these special interest groups that work together because they all have an interest in driving up your cost of living. They profit. They benefit. As the worth of your currency goes down, you become more and more enslaved. It becomes hopeless for you to ever become a homeowner. So this thing started in California. That's why the last video I made, beware of the Californification of America, will understand what I'm talking about. And it does not feel good. Your fear level, your insecurity level keeps growing as dollar debasement is just, you're helpless to do anything about it. Nothing, because you don't have any power or control over it. The forces are too big. They're too many. Too varied, and the whole idea is to keep the problems in place, no matter how much it costs society. It doesn't matter. Your taxes have to go up, of course they do. Instead of you blaming the poor person who's the government's taking your money, right, to pay the Section 8 housing. Where does it go? To the poor person? No. It goes to exacerbate the problem. It goes to the landlord, to the industry. The landlord, the housing rental industry gets that money. It's a subsidy. So it causes the prices to go up, not down. The government doesn't say, hey, well, we need you to start lowering your prices. No, they say, well, it's a private entity, and that's capitalism, right? They can charge whatever they want. We're getting rid of rent control. Okay, and if anybody thought that was a socialist policy and we're going socialist, well, I got news for you. We're going the other way, because they've eviscerated rent control in California. That's like eviscerating the Energy Commission, where they can just charge whatever they want. Hey, you don't like paying $5,000 a month for water? There's an example of being hyperbolic. Well, tough. Then move out of your house, because my kid wants your house, and I'll charge him $1 a month for water or nothing at all. Get used to that. That's what you need to get used to. That's your new reality, the rest of America. If I'm talking to anybody across the country, understand. That's what they can do. If they can do it in California, where we're no more stupid than anybody else, you see Mark Dice's videos out there, people are completely lame-brained. They don't know a damn thing, okay? But understand, that's coming to everybody in the country. If you don't hold on to your seat and say no, okay, Henry Winkler, Henry Stinkbutt, get off the TV with your reverse mortgages. More people are going to lose through scams, okay? That's what's going to go. They're going to take your house any which way they can. Okay, as people are more strapped for money and they can't afford their mortgages, even if your adjustable rate mortgage inches up a little bit, you can see your mortgage soar $100, $200, $300, whatever. Okay, but it might put you over the top. It might be the straw that broke the camel's back. One way or another, they're trying to yank home ownership from you. They're trying to yank prosperity from you. And they're going to keep on yanking. So as you see your currency being debased, more and more and more and more, understand the forces that are causing it. All these collective special interest groups that are colluding together in the interest of manipulating markets and fixing prices because they profit, they benefit, and their security keeps going up and up and up, even though they don't need it to. They're fabulously wealthy, like Rich Dad. So they don't even need the money, but they say, hey, I can do it. Look how smart I am. I've built the welfare system for millions, and you paid for it, you dumb taxpayer. You caused, and so here's where it is. So you buy people houses, and you save money. So you say, well, we pay a little extra now, but look, we're going to be done. There's only X amount of people that are homeless out there, and they don't need housing. You see your price of housing drop. You see everything going down. Your worth of your currency goes up. Sound money. So, this thing is very simple if you give it some thought. Okay, it's not hard to understand. This stuff I'm telling you, I know that when I was 10 years old in 6th grade, I was quite capable of understanding this kind of stuff. Okay, 11 years old, whatever it is when you're in 6th grade. And everybody else is too. I'm no smarter than anybody else out there. You just need a teacher to explain stuff in a way that you can understand. And there's nothing more simple than understanding supply and demand economics. Free market, okay, where the only job the government does is to ensure fairness. That's it. Because if you're being allowed to do business in a nation, the government, if they're going to do anything useful, they've got to protect the interests of the people. Not some of the people, all of the people. If a form of economics is not working across the board for everybody, it simply isn't working. When the right form of economics is installed, the right economic policy, supply and demand that is, then you'll see progress. Then you'll see your dollar go up in worth. You'll see plenty. Everything will be made right in the situation like that. The freedom, the security, all that stuff comes. The prosperity, not for some, but for everybody. And people keep working because they don't want to sit around being self-serving, lazy, decadent piss ants, okay? That's the nature of the beast. And if you don't believe it, then you know what? That's too bad. You got to say to God, that person is your problem. If they want to sit around being lazy, that's their problem. But if they're willing to contribute, okay, then you say they're fine. They're welcome to be free, just because it's not even you saying it. It's God saying it. It's God's planet. It's God's stuff, all of it, even all the stuff that man has created, all belongs to God. All the infrastructure, all the technology, because who gave us the brain? He gave us the brain, so he deserves the glory, okay? Well, folks, we've got to stop playing stupid or actually being stupid. And we got to figure out how these people at the top operate, how they brainwash us all. They train us to believe a certain way. For example, the biggest lie in my mind is this idea that humanity simply can't get along with each other. We never have and we never will. And so we're always going to need these people, these big brother types at the top, this Illuminati class, this New World Order cabal, okay? That we always got to have these rulers just big fat leeches getting fabulously wealthy off the taxpayers and just theft, open criminal corruption, graft, whatever it is. That's how these people stay at the top, and they've got you convinced that we just can't get along with each other. Well, that's bull, okay? And everybody's got to figure that out, is that these people are not so smart. They're Satanists. Their God is the God of this world. They serve the God of money. That's all they care about. They would have nothing without their great riches that they've stolen from the people, that Satan has given to them, because they're serving his purposes. Now, the reason I'm not a proponent of socialism is because socialism is this idea of taking from the haves to give to the have-nots. It's the whole Robin Hood thing. right? That's what people see it as. And they say, well, yeah, that's justified. These people have taken the wealth from us, and we want to take it back and give it to those that need. Well, I'm saying we don't need to do that. All that does is create animosity. People, the rich, they evade their taxes through attorneys, loopholes. They put it offshore, whatever. So they're never the ones paying it. Is the major criminals. It always comes out of the regular, everyday person, the middle class, the poor, whoever they can squeeze blood out of the easiest. That's who they'll do it from. Okay, so it doesn't work. Socialism is not the answer. That's a lie from the pit of hell. What we need is free market supply and demand. That's what's going to increase prosperity. That's what's going to increase home ownership. That's what's going to increase your level of freedom, your contentment, your sense of safety and security. You know, folks, what you're getting from the mainstream media is lies and nonsense. Some time ago, here in California, where they decriminalized smoking pot, you know, they said there was a clip on television, mainstream media said highway fatalities are down, highway accidents, deaths are down, and they attributed it to, you know, more people smoking pot, I guess, to not drinking alcohol. But now they're reporting the opposite. They're saying, oh no, in Colorado, no, now highway fatalities are, highway deaths are up, and they're attributing it to people smoking pot.